What's going on, guys? I'm here in the Westwood Hills. Just went for a little hike and I'm soaking up some vitamin D. I try to spend maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes a day, with as much skin exposed as I can get away with. And what I want to talk about today, I was just thinking randomly about diet and carbohydrates, and because a lot of people have been asking me about ketogenic stuff and low carb stuff, which I pretty much do like a cyclical keto diet. So there's a part of the week when I'm probably definitely on like a ketogenic type thing, and then there's a part of the week when I'm more on a like low carb paleo. And it's just what works for me. But I want to talk about this whole thing of like, look, there's more than one way to get in shape, and there's more than one way to be healthy, for sure. So I don't think that carbs are bad. In fact, the only thing that I think that I will absolutely say is bad is things like processed carbohydrates, processed foods in general, high fructose corn syrup, what else is like definitely really bad? Like canola oils, these, vegetable oils, these omega-6 rich refined oils that are just so bad for you. And the thing is, like, everybody uses that shit. Like, if you can't go to even a healthy restaurant, the shit is cooked in this nasty vegetable oil, hybrid oil bullshit. It's like, dude, no. So yes, I will say that those things are bad, but carbohydrates aren't bad. Food is not nutrition, guys. Food is information. And so you put different inputs into your body and you get different outputs, and depending on whose body it is, the same inputs might come out with different outputs, right? So again, mindfulness meditation, being aware and being present so that you can listen to your body is one thing. And there's a lot of things that'll work. You can do a high carb vegan diet, and there are people that thrive on that. And there are certain pros and certain cons that come with that. I've done a lot of research and experimentation myself, and the lower carb and cycling in some ketogenic days, which are extremely low carb days, moderate to low protein, just really works well for me. And the benefits, the pros of that, the mental benefits are just like, holy shit. Like, your brain absolutely runs much cleaner on ketones. Like, I'm sorry. And just, little things like going on hikes and stuff like this. Like, I used to have to like bring my granola and all that kind of shit. Now my body, if there's no dietary fat to use for fuel, it just starts burning up body fat. And it's really good at that now because I've done a full keto adaptation. So my body is super good. In fact, I just had the DEXA scan, and the lady was like, look, we like to see between, like, I forgot what the unit of measurement was, but the number was between 1 to 6 was this particular unit of measurement for visceral fat, not body fat, subcutaneous, but like visceral fat, which is a marker of basically health and disease. Like, the more visceral fat you have, the more likely you are to die of, fucked up diseases and shit, just the less healthy you are. So she's like, an athlete would be between like 1 and 2.5 or something. And I was at 0.6. Like, my body is just so good at utilizing its own fat for energy. Now, if you're doing something like a hike where it's not a super high glycolytic activity, where you're not just like trying to like squat your maximum, or like riding your bike or even going on a jog, like you can pretty much like, I could just hike forever, even if I don't have food in my system. And yes, I'll get hungry, but I won't hit the wall and just totally have that like bonk, like where you just hit the fucking wall. Like, that's one of the things I love about, switching my metabolism to a fat burning metabolism through eating high fat, lower carbohydrates. And I cycle in a few days where I'm very high fat, very low carbs, and a couple of days where I go up to 150 grams of carbs. And because I fast, I'm only having really 2 meals a day. I have 2 large meals, or sometimes a medium-sized meal, a large meal, and a snack in like a 6 to 8 hour window. I'm super satisfied. I'm eating a lot of big meals, and I have like a chocolate bar every day. I love that, real dark chocolate with almond butter. So, there's pros and cons to everything, but I don't believe that there's a such thing as, if you're eating a whole food diet, whether it's vegan, high carb, or a ketogenic diet, I think that as long as you're eating whole foods and you're listening to yourself, then that's what matters. And the last thing I will say is that, you know, if what you're doing works, great. But if it could be better, it's as good as broken. You know what I mean? And so it's not about trying to look a certain way or whatever. Like that just happens from having healthy lifestyle choices. It's really about like not even being interested in health and fitness or food. It's really about getting that shit out of the way and getting yourself optimized so that you can do the things that you really do love. You know, whatever it is your passion is, being around people you care about. That's what I want to do, and being the best version of yourself, being able to put your unique gift into the world in the brightest, biggest way possible. Like if you can maximize that a little bit more with some easy little changes and still enjoy yourself and never be hungry and always be eating really delicious foods and feeling fucking great, then like do it. That's why you should do it. Not to look a certain way, not to feel better when you lose weight, none of that shit, because you won't feel better when you lose weight. You won't feel better when you look like a fucking, if you look like a supermodel or something, dude, you won't be happy. Like focus on the inner happiness, meditation and mindfulness to be at peace with the now and to be very aware of yourself. Optimize your food and your lifestyle so that you can not have to think about health and fitness and food. You can just do it automatically, and you can do the shit that you want to do. You can get out into nature and just enjoy this beautiful life that you're lucky to have. Like that's what it's about, dude. So anyways, kind of a random rant, but I was just feeling it. So I hope all is well. Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel, share it, like it. I love you, and you're awesome.